Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nibiru channel. It is February 11th, 2017, and we have disasters occurring now all over the world. I just received an email about 1 hour ago from one of my subscribers who is an international businessman and lives in Los Angeles, California. He sent me the email minutes after landing in LA after visiting China, because he works for Samsung Corporation. And upon him leaving his hotel a few days ago, there were a few earthquakes that were occurring in this region where this massive chemical plant explosion occurred. He stated in his email that upon getting into his taxi cab and heading to the airport, they felt some tremors, earthquakes. The taxi cab driver immediately pulled over and told him that he would not drive the vehicle until the shaking of the ground stopped. Minutes later, they proceeded, and just as they were heading up onto an overpass, they heard a massive explosion that he states in his email sounded like a bomb going off. So we're going to get directly into what I've found as far as this chemical plant explosion. Now, he further stated that the taxi driver then stopped the vehicle again on this large overpass heading up to a main highway, and they can see large plumes from the explosion from the chemical plant. He said that it was something that he has never in his life witnessed, and this situation was the scariest moment in his entire life. Now, reading the headlines, massive explosion at chemical plant sends giant ball of fire into the sky. Now, he further stated that this is a very big metropolitan area. If it's China, there's probably millions of people living in this area. And they did state in the article, and as you could see, some of these pictures are absolutely just incredible. He stated that the sky lit up burnt orange, and that you can see huge white plumes in the air. He was able to get to the airport, but they had delayed all flights leaving for LA. As you can see, there's a little bit of video here. Just absolutely amazing footage, and also very, very scary. And the more and more that we talk about these earthquakes, and we know that China does not report all of the earthquake activity that occurs in their country. And now it just so happens that one of these earthquakes that basically goes unreported now possibly created a massive disaster. Now, I'm not sure if anybody was killed in this blaze, but it is definitely a very serious situation, folks, because around the world we have nuclear reactors. Here in the United States, in some areas where they're doing all of this natural gas fracking. And I was in the industry of fracking. I know all about the casings for these wells, and I can tell you straight from professional knowledge that a magnitude 5 or 6 earthquake will definitely fracture the well casing for these wells. I've been in a gas well explosion. They are devastating. And this situation in China is just going to show you the possibilities and the danger that exists with these earthquakes that are occurring around the world. And just over the last 48 hours, the Ring of Fire over in the South Pacific, well, the whole entire Pacific region, has been under siege once again, with earthquakes reaching magnitude 6 and above. So this was a very dangerous situation in China. And from what I'm understanding, this is not the first massive chemical plant explosion in China. And here is a photograph of this massive plume. I mean, it almost looks like an atomic bomb went off. Now, my subscriber further states in his email that even though they were miles and miles away from the initial explosion, they could see the large plumes rising into the air, and then minutes later, they would hear and feel the percussion from the explosions. So this was just absolutely devastating. As far as what the chemical plant produces, I have no idea, but God only knows what has been cast up into our atmosphere. So I'm going to leave links to this information. I'm sure you can probably find some additional video on what has occurred there. So once again, folks, we are in the beginning stages of dire straits. Massive earthquakes, volcanic activity, very, very strange weather, and situations now occurring once again with our sun, which I will cover later on. So stay tuned to the Nibiru channel. Make sure that you are subscribed and your notifications are set up, because when we move into the latter part of February and the beginning of March, you can guarantee that things around the world are going to get much, much worse. So please, stay tuned. Thank you for watching.